Ladies and gentlemen, Kagekaze back again, and still more Torchlight. Haven't stopped playing yet. I'm just dividing it into videos that are, roughly half-hour segments. Hoping to maybe get to the end. I want to at least do the first major story quest with one character type and then maybe move on. I did end up on my way back leveling one more time. I'm level 10. This is the last level that I can reset my skills. One thing I did notice here, I'm going to point out to anyone that wants to try this, and if you're used to Diablo notifications here, I'm going to go ahead and start using this sword, but you'll notice that the weapon I'm currently using, the Bloody War Club, is a very slow, whereas the sword is just a slow. It's showing the 1.44 and 1.2 seconds on them. In Diablo terms, if you're looking at a weapon speed, that 1.44 would mean 1.44 attacks per second. But as you can see, that's slower than the sword. So what they're actually showing you here is the delay between attacks. So every attack with the Bloody War Club takes basically a second and a half before you attack again. Whereas the sword is, just 1.2. So you can kind of see it's a little faster here. So it does less, or actually it does more damage per hit, and it attacks faster. So it's definitely got more DPS, as well as does a bleed of 80/5 compared to the 15/5. Again, I miss out on the 90% interrupt chance. I think that is a great staff, or a great club only property. But I'll go ahead and sell that back. Real quick, I want to look at this. Wow. Dynamite. You can actually dynamite fish. Lets you go blast fishing. Yields less total fish per fishing hole than traditional methods. So if you don't want to deal with the little fishing mini game, you can buy dynamite. Isn't that awesome? I think it is. Town portals. Pretty standard here. Apparently you can click on it and choose any of your teammates' portals. So instead of seeing multiple portals, it looks like you'll probably just see one. Ooh, summon archers. That was a spell I got in Torchlight 1. I remember liking that one. What happens if I remove spell? Do I lose it? I'm going to try this. Okay. Alright then, for your information, removing spells from your spell bar makes them go away permanently. You click it, it's gone. You do not get that scroll back. So you have to be careful about where you put your spell scrolls. I'm going to go ahead and learn this Summon Archers 1. And I'm going to put that on my 9. That's let's clear that out here. Don't need that anymore. Alright, so now that I'm out in the field... Oh, really? Maybe I messed up here. I'm going to use my town portal. Can I quickly buy back? Tell me it's still there. No, it is not. I apparently have made... Oh, of course. I can't use my skills because I unlearned them. Derp-de-derp. It's okay. Alright, so looking into these, I still like this Ember Hammer because I've been running into enemies with shields. I only gain 3% weapon damage per point into this. So basically, this is what I like. I could either put points into it and make it marginally better, or put points into other skills that I want to use. I don't feel compelled to actually put points into this right now because 3% weapon damage is not a lot, especially with my low-level weapons. So right now I would rather let my weapons increase the skill rather than increase it myself. There's nothing else I gain from putting points into this. In fact, I'll go down here just to be sure of that. So I put a point into it. Boom. 85 to 88. 88 to 91. Of course, see, you can only put 3 into it. So let's go ahead and reset it. Same with this. I gain 1% chance to stun and 5 more fire damage. 1% chance to stun. Hit does plus 12 instead of 11, and 5 more fire damage over time. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything other than the fact that the slam radius goes up by 0.5 meters each time. However, this one here goes up by 4%. That's still not a lot. I mean, when you consider this, that's 3, so still not a lot. Oh, you can drag and drop from here. That's kind of nice. Oops. Reset that. I wanted to look at that one more time. Okay, so 68 to 72. The one big change here, though, that this has that makes me want to put points in the Flame Hammer above the other skills is 5% more chance to burn. 5% is actually a decent chunk, especially considering if I level this up as far as I can to level 5, that's a 35% burn chance. I find that interesting that it still can only go up to level 5 even though I'm level 10. So it only goes up to half of my level. I think that's how they've got it. I think it's rounded up too, so if it's at a half. So I think you can only ever level one skill up to half of your actual character level. So I like my little healing bot. I think I want to make him a little better though, because I do start taking damage. It's either that or I'm going to have to start buying more health potions, which I could do, but health potions are a tiny bit expensive as our town portals. Let's see here. I like these. I think I'm going to max that out to level 3 because that's a 15% chance that they get upgraded, do a bigger explosion, and do a stun. Pretty decent mana cost though, 36 out of my 75 pool. Alright, so I like each one of these. So beyond that I've got 5 skill points. Maybe I should just put them into here, because that gives me attack speed and a stun chance on my basic attack, which has proved to be fairly useful. Although I really could use the physical damage reduction here. Let me reduce the pulse on that by 1 second, I think. Bring it down to 11 instead of 12. And I will put one more into my large weapon expertise. I think that's pretty good. I don't think I need to do much more than that. Alright. There we go. I've got a build. I'm going to go with it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try and go on to the main story quest, which I believe to be this. No, that's the Bone Gallery. Protect the Guardian. There we go. Far upper right. Okay, so here's one of those guys with a shield. So what I need to do is get my skills back. There we go. Stomp, spiders, hammer, bot, and okay, so summon archers. Summons a pack of 3 non-moving skeletal archers to attack your foes. 60-second pet cooldown, so I can only do it every minute. Or no, oh, if it's on the pet, he can only do it every minute. If it's on me, I can do it every 30 seconds. I probably should have given it to the pet. Then I don't have to worry about summoning them myself. That would have been a better idea, I think. Oh well, that's okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a shot here. What does it cost? 28? This guy's got a shield, so let's give myself some archers. Break his shield. So what those skeletal archers are going to be good for is putting them up in a spot that I see a bunch of enemies in my way, and I know I'm going to be in for prolonged combat. Again, probably should have given them to the pet, but then again, I'm not entirely sure the pet would use them efficiently. He tends to use his life leech before, you know, without being in any kind of combat situations. What is going on there? Alright, let's go into the Wellspring Temple. One more armor, more mana. No, I don't think so. 7 poison resist. No. I'm good. Can I break these with my skill? Yes, I can. Alright, I'm a little hurt. Let's go ahead and get him up. Skeletal archer time. So they're back there, so... Come on, anybody up here that I can pull back? No, apparently not. Well, that was kind of a waste of skeletal archers. Oh well, they're almost off cooldown, that's fine. Alright, so I've got skeletal archers. Help me out on this fight. Oh, move out. Well, I got plenty of charges. Let's go ahead and use a few of them. So the downside is, if I right-click on an enemy using this skill, I have to run up to the enemy to use it. So in order to use the skill at range, I have to hold my shift for my stand my ground. So if I want to use my flame hammer, I have to hold shift if I want to do it, say, from here, without getting close. Because I'm more interested in the flames hitting them than the actual skill hitting them. But if I come back here and then I just right-click, I run up to them, so something to keep in mind there. Advanced tips, tricks, and tactics for Torchlight 2. There you go. See? I still got it. Torchlight has killed me twice. Of course, I did put it on veteran, didn't I? Uh-oh, guy with a shield. Let's break it. There we go. Get some archers up. Try and pull them back here. Now that his shield's gone, I can use my fire on him. Maybe stun him. There we go. So I'm liking having this ability on it, at the very least, just to break the occasional shield. Well, that stun is proving useful as well. I like the fact that enemies still glow when they're behind cover on my screen. See, like right there. So I know they're coming up on me. That way they can keep the architecture of the maps fairly unique and have architecture like this overlapping with where you're going to walk, and you can still see where you are. Oh, hello. I better get some archers up. And some of them. Oh, I got a stun on one of them. Come on, come with me. Oh, darn. Archers went down. Okay, what do I have for you, beastie? Turn you into a jackal with a venomous bite. Let's do that. Alright, come on. Keeps knocking me out of that. Get some more archers up. You know, I'm really not sure what fame does for you. I have all this fame, and what kind of bothers me a little is the tooltip doesn't even tell me what the fame does. I'm wondering if that's kind of a system to... I wonder if that's like a system to reduce vendor prices or something like that, or maybe you need specific... Hello, Mimic. Whoa. Maybe you need specific fame in order to get certain quests. I mean, that could be entirely possible, that I have to be famous before someone will give me a quest. So, now that I'm 10, I'm finally starting to find shields, which it's kind of tempting to go into shields now with kind of the damage I'm taking. And it's really kind of a shame they didn't give you a shield at the beginning of the game, because then I could have explored the Aegis area here and tried some of these things out. 'Cause some of these aren't that bad, like energy that protects you and whatnot. Sword and board. It's kind of cool and all, but I guess I'll be sticking with two-handers. Well, if you like permanent choices, you got it here. Oh, shields. Goodbye, shield. Oops. My bot down, come back. Now, my pet's in there taking hits like a champ. I kind of wish I could turn on damage numbers for normal damage and not just crits, so I can see what my actual damage is per swing. Unfortunately, in the settings, I don't see anything turned off, and oh, here we go. Floating damage. There we go. Let's try that. Apparently I can. It was on sparse, then there's normal, and then there's verbose. I'm going to put on verbose. Let's see what we get. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of damage numbers there because I'm also putting a bleed on the enemy with my weapon. Alright. Yeah, I can kind of see why they turn it off. They have so many numbers and damages happening. You know, it's not just... It's not just my standard swing, it's everything. Including bleeds. Let's see what normal does instead of sparse. Hit apply. Resume. Apparently the game does not pause while you're in that menu either. I really am enjoying the ability to take out shields. But there are a lot of monsters between me and my goal. Maybe I should have put it on normal instead of veteran. Oh well. It's kind of fun. I am beating things heads in. It's almost kind of a shame that well, now I can no longer respec. But I kind of almost think that it's a shame that the difficulties are scaled right off the bat, because, you know, that is kind of one of the replay things that Diablo offers, is that, you know, if I go through the content once, if I beat the story, I can go through with a higher difficulty and now everything's scaled to me. Whereas here, I've got it on normal, there's only one more level above this. And I'm not sure that that next difficulty level would... what it would provide me with. You know, the original Torchlight, being single player, I mean, there's pretty much a goal to strive for. It was kind of like the first Diablo. You go through, you beat them, and the first Diablo, if I remember right, didn't really have a experience curve like 2 did, where you went into different difficulties. I could be misremembering, though. I mean, it's not inherently bad, but it makes me wonder how this game's longevity is going to be. Where, you know, what's the end game like? And this is something I have to ask anybody that's played the actual first Torchlight game, because I don't know. I mean, since this game is pretty much just like the first Torchlight, you guys would know better than me what they did for the end game of that.
Health is low.
Your pet is wounded.
Yes, yes he is. As am I. Okay, what did I get? Ooh, 91 DPS. It's average too, so it attacks fairly quickly. Oh, of course, it's one-handed, so it is a enchanted mace, and my skills that I'm going into don't count for that. So now that I'm locked permanently into my choices, I can't go back and respec now that I found a decent one-hand. Alright, that's fine. I do get a superior shot cannon, which I honestly should put that as a secondary and should use. I keep forgetting to use it. Just wear it. Can't use it with a shield, obviously. Can't use a two-hander with a shield, obviously. 5% additional pet and minion damage. I'll do it. More armor. That's pretty much it. Did my pet find anything on the way? Nope, nope, nope.
Your pet has departed.
Alright. I don't get the next tier until 14. What to put my points into? I want to put more points into that, but my mana pool is not keeping up with it. I should probably put more points into my mana soon. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and increase my passive. And that, unfortunately, is something that's a problem with skill trees at times, is some skill things are really just passive damage. And I'm going to be honest, putting points into passive damage is not really overly compelling. It was one of those things that was frustrating in World of Warcraft when I was leveling early on in that game, where, okay, yay, I gained a level, cool, I got a talent point, I'm going to do 1% more damage on this ability by putting a point into that talent, and it's like, okay, cool. Same thing with these talent trees. You know, it's like, yeah, yay, I'm doing 2% more damage. And I'm also stunning 2% more, which, you know, that's cool and all. I mean, it's great that I have that choice. But putting points into it that make it a very small upgrade, to me, is not the most compelling thing. This is why I see Diablo 3 pulling away from skill points, or skill trees. And why I really think that if you're going to do skill trees, you kind of want to be a bit more creative than that. I mean, really, when it comes to skill trees, I think the best thing you can do to make that interesting is to make each skill as interesting as possible. I am fighting a lot of these possessed ones. And armored war beasts. My goodness. Oh, wow, I could attack that. Cool. Can't actually click on it, but... alright. Alright, you know what? I forgot to check other things, like, here. I don't have too much. Webfish. Turn into a spider. Ooh, look at you. Heh. Creepy little... Alright, didn't find any more spells. What about my pet? Yeah, he's good. Alright, so we're almost at the end of this dungeon here. Take that, Earn! General Grell. Hello. What are you? Explosives, quakes. Oh, and he's got a ton of minions. Give me some archers. Oh my goodness, that nearly one-shot me. Get out of the well, or out of the way here. Alright. Time to play a little bit defensively at ranged here. I know he is. I will be too if I'm not careful. Well, my bot's down. Bring me my bot back. Okay, the minions are down. Stay out of the quake. Oh, he's got more minions to call out. Spamming potions as much as possible. Oh crap, shield guys. Alright, let's... Not how I wanted that to work. I think my archers are dying too quickly. Alright, let's start using mana potions and doing what we can with these. Wrong direction. And down to the archers, and of course the archers go away. I don't know how many potions I have left. That's fine, I expect my pet to run. Just go. I'm not doing a lot of damage to this guy. Come on. I'm hardly hurting him, and he's summoning in all of these. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. I can come back and he's still hurt. Pretty much spamming my bots at him now. Get my bot up here.
Not enough mana.
I'm really just not doing a lot of damage to him. He is level 13 to my 11. So I can just keep running in a circle like this, I guess. I guess I'm just under-leveled for this. So maybe if I do another one of these, I should pick the lower difficulty just to see if that helps. Because they might expect you to grind levels more if you're using higher difficulties. Because I honestly jumped right to this guy. I did not really do a lot of the side quests.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, I can't even really stun him. He's hurt. He's down to about half. But I have to do a lot of running. What's interesting is I can kill his minions with hardly any problem. If it were just me and him, it would probably be more interesting to me, because his minions really... they're a threat because they can do a lot of damage to me in a short period of time. I would rather be up and fighting him, though, kind of like this. And, you know, forced to avoid mechanics if possible, but... okay, I'm gonna put those guys up. Come on. Yeah, my archers are getting torn apart. So the beautiful thing about having leveled them up is they do a decent amount of AoE, and so when he summons his minions, I can hit him and his minions all with this skill. So let's kind of get him in position. Oops. Pull away.
Not enough mana.
I am definitely going to be buying health and mana potions after this. It's probably the best spell I have right now. What's the damage on them? I don't think it's weapon damage related, is it? Ah, guys with shields. Okay, I should probably break those first.
Not enough mana.
Okay, let's get me my little heal bot back. I could really use his assistance in this. Alright, let's...
Your pet has fled.
Can't see my little bot's health. Kind of a shame, really. Alright, come on.
Not enough mana.
You know, this is not going to be the most interesting video. I'm sure, because it pretty much consists of me running around in circles, avoiding a boss, trying to kill him very slowly. Yes. Yes. Come on.
Not enough mana.
I don't even have a chance to get any charges on my bar. I mean, which is a good thing that my, oh, jeez, that hurt. It's a good thing that my bar is not required for using my spider bots.
Not enough mana.
Oops, careful. Come on, Grill. Just give it up. You know I'm going to win this fight eventually, because even if you kill me, I shall return.
I don't have enough mana. Not enough mana.
Is that really only doing 1 damage to him? Is that what I'm seeing? Hold on, let's get some mana potions on me here. Okay, 16, 16, 11. Yeah, my sword attacks do more. Fortunately, he's got a bunch of minions up now and they're doing damage to me, so let's try and take out the minions. See, it appears like his damage is not really the big thing I have to worry about right now. Let's see if this will help clear things up. Oh, in the middle of the swing, if I move the mouse... That's why I keep going in the wrong direction. In the middle of the swing, if I move the mouse, I can accidentally change the direction of my ability, which honestly is frustrating. But hey, I did it. I got him. Let's go ahead and see what the spoils of war are. Cold fingers, unique gloves, poison resistance. Chance to reflect missile damage. Oh, to reflect 33% of the missile damage. Such a cold finger. It's the kiss of death. Okay. What I get here? General Grell's Command. Rare helmet. Nice. 5 armor. Gives me critical hit chance of 4%. 4 dex. 20 knockback. 2 meters to bow, crossbow, pistol, and wand range. And 4 ice. It's not too bad. Requires level 12. And this is better than what I already have. It's just pet damage, and it also gives dex, so I'll go ahead and wear that. So, you know what I probably could have done there a little bit differently was hit him with a few of those. But my weapon damage on that is 66 per second. Yeah. A little more than the sword, actually. Vampiric Punch Blade. Cool. Fortunately, claw weapons I can't use with some of my skills. Claw weapons do no splash damage, but ignore 25% of armor on regular attacks. So what they're talking about there, that splash damage, is what I talked about in the last video, where if I've got a big weapon, and it looks like even regular weapons might do it, any weapon that you have swings in kind of an arc and will hit any enemies near you. So that is the one, a really nice feature, honestly, that this game has that I haven't seen done in games of this genre, where a regular attack can cleave and do splash. So what they're saying here is that, so for example, the Berserker class is going to be a very heavy single target damage kind of guy, because the Berserkers are going to be sitting there using claw weapons, and they're going to be doing no splash, but they ignore armor. So they're going to do a lot more damage to those targets. That's pretty cool. So, alright, let's finish this up.
I don't know who you are, but I'm glad you came along. We arrived just as the alchemist was subduing the Guardian, but he caught us by surprise. We couldn't stop him. Grell and his raiders arrived shortly after the alchemist left. They've been trying to get in here and loot this place for years. The alchemist's attack finally gave them the opening they needed. Should have known something was wrong with the alchemist. After we defeated Ordrak, our Ember Blight was cured. The alchemist just couldn't give up his experiments. The Destroyer and I, we just pretended we didn't see the effect it was having on him. We made a terrible mistake. I just hope it's not too late to correct it.
You have my gratitude, mortal. Now listen closely, for a great evil is at work here. The alchemist's search for a cure to his Ember Blight has driven him to the brink of madness. He siphoned off my energy to magnify the power of Ordrak's heart after he depleted it, destroying Torchlight. With the power of the Guardians, Ordrak's heart could destroy all Ember everywhere. Perhaps he believes that might cure his affliction. The alchemist must be stopped before he attacks any more Guardians. Each time he siphons off our energy, the heart becomes more powerful, and he becomes more dangerous. You and Commander Vale should return to the Asperian Enclave and plan your next move.
Alright, well, let's see. Rare Great Hammer. 134. Nice. 3 sockets as well. Physical damage, reduction of armor per hit, bonus to crit damage. I like it. And there's even a shield in here if you want to go that way. And rare chest armor, which does pet and minion health. I know which one I'm going for. Of course, I can't pick it now.
You have a new quest.
The alchemist is powerful.
Apparently things have gone from bad to worse while we were at the wellspring. Whatever was making the Asterians sick is spreading, and it's moved out into the lands north of here. That's where the Grand Regent was headed. If he's already reached the Watchwheel, he'll have sealed the gates as a precaution, which means that the whole temple could be turning into one big plague zone even as we speak. This plague seems to specifically target beings of an inherently magical nature, such as the Asterians. The Guardians. So far it's not affecting humans, so I've sent for a transport to bring some medical supplies, and I'll be coordinating the medical relief here. Meanwhile, You need to get out to the Watchwheel Temple. Take Crow's Pass to the Frosted Hills. Try to catch up to the Grand Regent before he enters the temple.
You have a new quest.
So, yep, the guy here that would let me socket is gone. Or reskill. What's this? So you can destroy gems in sockets or destroy items. Okay, so that's interesting. So you now have a choice, which you might have had in the first Torchlight. I think you did. Again, I didn't get very far, but I seem to remember this mechanic. So basically you have a choice. Do you destroy the gems in order to retrieve the item and to upgrade the gems that are in the item? Or do you destroy the item to recover the gems for a new one? So if you're upgrading gear, you'll probably choose this one in order to destroy the item, get your gems back. However, if you have a really good item and you only put gems into it to until you can find better, then for here that might be a better choice for you. So that's kind of nice to know that those are there. And it looks like I won't be able to use my item until I get 46 strength or level 17. Which one am I closer to? Unfortunately, it looks like I'm closer to getting the strength here. Since that requires 46, I would need 2 levels, because you only get 5 points per level. So next level, if I put all 5 points in there, I'll have 45. And then at level 13, I could have the 46 strength. So I could use this at level 13 instead of 17, as long as I meet the strength requirements. So that's pretty cool there. Alright, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put some things in the shared stash, since I got a decent claw weapon. And let's see. Come in, that's the rare helmet that's got dexterity and knockback and range. So I'm going to put that in there too. And probably sell the rest, and for my regular stash I'll just put this other gem in there.
Have we met?
Alright. Not bad. The road continues on this way, so as you can see here, they do recommend levels 13 to 14, so I'm not quite of that level yet. And I think I've got a good idea here of how this is going. It will be nice once I hit to level 14 to try out some new skills, but I think at this point I got a good feel for this class, and I kind of want to try out the other classes since I've only got the beta weekend. I'll probably put this on hold for tonight, though, since I've got a few videos. I actually have to go and encode the other videos before, and all that. So I'll probably do some more Diablo 3 tonight before I'm done, and then I'll try some of the other classes and see how they feel. But this has been Torchlight 2, all the way up to the end of the first major boss, Commander Grell, and it was an interesting fight. A bit tedious, I'm going to be honest. Having to run around because of all the minions he had. I'm honestly hoping if I put it on an earlier difficulty that maybe it won't be so tedious or something like that. I don't know, because part of the problem here is I'm rushing a little bit. I would have explored more before going in there if I had more time. If I had bought this game, then that'd be a completely different story. But I've only got the weekend to look into it, so I'm rushing a tiny bit, and that could have really been my problem. He himself, when he was alone, wasn't a big deal, but except for, he did have some hard-hitting abilities. But it was mainly just the guardians that he summoned were just constantly swarming me and adding to his overall damage. So I'm going to say, again, for a budget title here, and again, not saying that lowers the quality or anything, but I'm saying for the money that you pay for this game, I would say it's probably worth it. It's so far hasn't shown me enough to make me think that this would be something I'd want to play over Diablo 3. But maybe if I wasn't wanting to play Diablo 3, or I got a little tired of Diablo 3, this would be a good alternative. Maybe I'm tired of playing through the same acts. Who knows? But I'd have to say my opinion of Torchlight is favorable. But in a world that has Diablo 3 in it, still there are better. I can't say it's a better alternative, I suppose. I'd say I still think Diablo 3 is better in my mind. Again, it really depends on the type of game you're looking for. A lot of people really like skill trees and, you know, stat points and all that, and that's something that they find compelling. You know what? If you like that, it's here for you. So, again, Torchlight, good game, but still hasn't pulled me away. Alright, I will probably, if I do another video, it'll probably be another class, guys. So this is Torchlight 2. I am an engineer with a big sword. And I will see you next time.